Hi all. Today we are going to discuss actions available in Tableau Workbook. Actions are quite a powerful feature available in Tableau Workbook. Using actions, we can perform various kinds of operations. So basically, you can consider action as a sort of an object which we create and which help us perform various activities when a particular event is triggered. So supposedly you want that in one sheet when you change the value of a field, or maybe you selected a value in another field, you want some values corresponding to the previous sheet values to change. So you can do that. You'll understand it better when we'll discuss it on practicals. But before that, basically, there are six kinds of actions available in Tableau 10th version and above. In versions of Tableau below 10th version, means in versions of Tableau from Tableau 1 to Tableau 9, you have only three kinds of functions. In versions of Tableau 10th and above, there have been around six kinds of functions. So right now, first three, these are the ones which are available in the Tableau version 9. But in Tableau version 10, these three more have been introduced. So right now, when I'm saying only three, these are the ones which are there in 9, and these six are available in the version 10. So we'll see filter actions in the form of filters, highlights, URLs, go to sheet, parameters, and change shift values. So without much ado, let's move to our Tableau workbook and see all of these actions one by one. So here I have a plot between category of products and their sales, and in the next sheet I have category and subcategory of products with their sales. Now I would like to create an action, since the first action which we had was action filters. So we'll be discussing action filters first. So supposedly, if you want that based on your selection of category over here, the value of subcategories should be highlighted in this worksheet. So for that, you can use an action. I'll tell you how. So for creating an action, we'll go into the worksheet, we'll go into actions, and over here, when I do add action, it gives me six kinds of options. So for adding action filters, I'll be using the first option, which is filters. Now over here, it asks me, there is a concept of source sheet and target sheet in actions. So source sheet is the sheet where you'll perform an action, and based on that activity will be performed on the target sheet. So I'm taking my source sheet as to be the action sheet, the one where I am currently, which has got three subcategories with the sales. And the target sheet I would like to be C sheet number 7, which has got my subcategory, category, and sales. And the action which I would like to perform is select. So whenever I select a particular value from the actions worksheet, corresponding to that values should be selected in my target sheet, which is the sheet 7. So I've selected and I'm doing it OK. So this is the filter which has, this is an action filter which is created. Now I'll say OK. Now what you'll notice over here is, as of now, they have got no relation, but when I click furniture over here, then corresponding to that furniture subcategory products will be visible on sheet number 7. So the moment I click on a particular category over here, I'll be redirected to the sheet 7, and subcategories corresponding to that particular category selected over here will be displayed with the sum of sales over there. So if I select technology over here, then I'll be redirected to sheet number 7, and in sheet number 7 I'll see all the subcategory of products which fall under technology and their corresponding sales. So the moment I click on technology, I am redirected over here, and in technology I've got four subcategory of products and their corresponding sales is plotted over here. Again, if I come to actions over here and I click on office supplies, again this thing happens. The moment I select the subcategory corresponding to that, the moment I select a category on the action sheet, I'm redirected to sheet 7, and all the subcategories falling under the office supplies category are visible over here along with their corresponding sales. So this was the action filter when we had chose the action, the event of triggering the action to be selection. Now let's see what happens if we select some other triggering events. So let me again go into the actions. Let me select this action and go to edit. Now over here, instead of this select if I want hover. So I want that the moment I hover on a particular value in actions sheet, the corresponding value in sheet 7 should change. So I'll select to hover over here. I'll press OK and I'll say OK. Right now, till now, when I would have selected a particular category from here, then I was directed to sheet 7. But now you'll observe one thing. The moment I hover over my mouse on a particular category, I am redirected to sheet 7. So it's quite fast. It runs very fast. So over here, the moment I move to technology, it's taking me to the technology subcategories over here. So I'll go in the worksheet. I'll go into the actions. I'll edit the actions. You can understand that what's the reason. So based on the values I had selected, so right now I had done all fields. That's why the moment I was hovering on a particular field in actions, for the target sheet, all the values are visible to me. Now when I'll do it as a selected fields and I do OK and OK, then you'll see when I select furniture over here, the corresponding values are visible. So over here we can understand that if the triggering event is hover, then the event is quite fast, which we even cannot analyze normally. So I'll go into the worksheet and actions, and over here I would like to edit it, and I would like to change the run action instead of hover to menu, and again the source sheet will be actions and the target sheet will be sheet 7. Now when I come over here you will see when I click on this particular category over here, I get this option of filter. So this is basically the option which we had selected as a triggering event, where instead of hover we had done it a menu. So in case we add the triggering event for the action as menu, so whenever you will be selecting the particular category graph, then based whenever you will select, you will get an option to go to the filter. So the moment you click on filter, all the values corresponding to that category, that is technology, will be appearing in this sheet. So I'll go back on actions and select everything. Now, if I want to see the subcategories if I want to see the sales of subcategories corresponding to my category office supplies, so for that I'll click on the office supplies. Now I'll go to this filter, and in sheet 7 I'll be redirected the moment I click on filter 1, and then in sheet 7 I'll see all the subcategory sales corresponding to the category office supply. So here I am. Office supplies is the category, and all the subcategories with their sales are visible over here. So this is how action filters work, and they have three triggering events. First one is the select one, second is the hover, and third one is the menu one. The most commonly used action filter is the one where the triggering event is considered the menu one. That is, we click over here and we get the menu to select. So that was all about action filters. Now we'll see the next filter. Hi all. In this video, we will discuss about action highlights. So this is the relationship I have built up the graph between category and sales, and based on the region, these have been divided. So this is a stacked bar chart where the sales of categories have been divided based on the regions, and this is the graph over here where the subcategory of the products have been shown with their corresponding regions with sales. Now over here, I'll be using action highlights. So what I'll want is whenever I'll select a particular region in this category, I want the corresponding regions to be for that particular categories, subcategories to be visible over here. So what I mean is, I mean to say when I'll select supposedly in technology category, if I select central region, then all the subcategory of the products in the lying in the category technology, for them the sales done for the central region should be highlighted. Means this should be highlighted. As of now, whenever we select any value over here, it has got nothing to do with the values over here. There is no change in the sheet 7 corresponding to any change in the action sheet. Now once we'll apply action highlights on this, then there would be a relationship established between the two sheets, and you will see that whenever I select a value in this sheet, corresponding to that, few fields are highlighted in this sheet. So without much ado, let's move to the action. In the worksheets, I'll go to actions. In the actions, this is a previous action which was there. I'll remove this previous action. I'll add a new action, and this time we are adding action highlight. So I'll go to highlights over here. Then over here, I want my source sheet to be the action sheet, which we saw initially. And the target sheet I would like to be as sheet 7. And the triggering event I would like to be select only. And I would say okay and okay. So right now I have created an action highlight. Now you will see when I click or when I select the sales done in office supplies category for each region, then in the sheet 7, all the subcategories for office supplies with the sales in each region will be selected. So corresponding to the each region, the sales of subcategories in office supplies are shown. So this is how highlight actions work. Now I'll again go back over here. Now instead of selecting the sales done for office supplies in each region, I would like to see the sales done for technology category in central region. So the total sales over here are this. If I would like to see subcategory wise, then I'll just select it over here, and over here in sheet 7 I'll see that all the subcategories which lie in the technology category, for them the sales done in the central region have been highlighted. So this is how action highlights work. The action highlights are best used when we have a dashboard. So over here you'll see I've got a dashboard over here. These are my categories and these are my subcategories. These both are showing the sales, and the sales have been bifurcated based on the regions. So if I select a particular category, say furniture, and I would like to see the furniture sales in the East region. So when I select this, then corresponding to that, the subcategory, all the subcategories of furniture are showing me, have highlighted their sales in the East region. Similarly, if I would like to see the office supplies sales in West region, when I do so, corresponding to that, all the subcategories which have done sales in office supplies in West region, they'll be highlighted. So right now for all the office supplies subcategories, I can see the sales done in the West region because they have been highlighted over here. So this is how action highlight is useful in case of dashboards, but creating them in dashboard is a bit different. I'll tell you how. So first of all, let me remove all of this and let me start it afresh. So I would remove all of this from here, and from the dashboards I get an option to add actions. So right now there are no actions, but we'll create them. So first of all, let me place my actions over here, which has got 3 categories, and I'm showing the sales corresponding to these 3 categories for each region. And then I would like to place subcategories below this. Right now, whenever I select a particular region sales for a particular category, then I see that this is selected, but there is no impact on this second graph. Now for highlighting this corresponding to the selection done in this graph, if I would like to highlight the corresponding subcategories in this graph, so I'll have to add an action highlight over here. I'll have to add an action of highlight tag over here. So what I'll do for that, till now we were adding actions using the worksheet tab. So when you have to add an action in worksheet, you use worksheet tab and actions, but now you have to add an action in the dashboard. So for that, you will go into the dashboard drill down over here, and you will move to actions. Now I would like to add an action. I would like to create a highlight action, and in the highlight action I want the source sheet to be the action sheet there, that is this one, and I want the destination sheet to be the sheet 7, which is this one. So this action sheet is the one which is showing me sales for each category corresponding to each region, and target is showing me sales for each subcategory corresponding to each region. Again, I want the triggering event as the selection only, and I'm doing okay. So now I have created an action highlight for the dashboard. Now you will see when I go to presentation, let me show it clearly in the presentation mode. Now you will see when I select a particular category's sale for a particular region, supposedly I would like to see the sales of office supplies in southern region. So when I select this, then all the subcategories corresponding to office supplies where the sales are done in the south will be highlighted over here. So in this way you use action highlight feature, and this is how you use it in the dashboard. So basically, action highlights features are usually best when you have to use dashboard. So that's all for action highlights functionality. See you guys in the next type of action.